streaming. Perfect. All right, let's see where we left off. I think we left off very close to setting up some sort of an independent crafting system. Oh yeah, and we had this error. Let's see. So what's going on here? This is draw event 64. This is item Y. What the hey? This is a player draw 64. If not, point in rectangle, and then it's like item Y. So, what the hey? Oh, item Y. This has been defined further down. So I should move this down here, because, you know, item Y. Okay. So, we are using... Where are we? Item X. Yeah, here we go. So if we're using it here, then it's already been defined earlier up here. So we should probably be using variables after we create and define them. Okay, beautiful. Now, okay, fantastic. So this is effectively for placing the item in the level. Now, what are we doing here? We need to make sure that the item cannot be placed if there is a collision. Right. If there's a collision with another instance. Now, can we do... We have point in rectangle, but I don't want to point in rectangle. I want to check for pixel collisions. So we're going to do simple collisions, advanced collisions, collision circle, collision line, collision point, collision rectangle. There we go. And this checks against a object. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. Man, Gimmick Studio has so many options. It is fascinating. It's amazing, man. Okay, I'm full of energy right now. Hopped up on sugar. So, this only determines whether or not the item is placeable or whether or not the item is in the inventory. So let me take a look at this real quick. We should not be able to see. Square Pig, how's it going? How's it going, man? 3, 4. So, okay, so you see, we should not be able to see that. That right there. This should not be the case. Oh, okay. I know what's going on. This thing, place outside is true, else false. So when we draw the rectangle, down here, if grid aligned item and place outside is true, then we can go ahead and draw the rectangle. Highest, doing good here. Alright, that's good, that's good. So yeah, I walked all the way to the in-house tutoring. I walk into the house, my cell phone connects to the Wi-Fi network, and I receive the email notification that the class has been cancelled. So, I can't say that that was pleasant, but yeah. Okay, here we go. So we can't. Oh, okay. We can still see the damn thing. What the hell? We should not be drawing the rectangle if. Place outside. Oh, yes. I think I know what's going on here. So, if we go to the draw a GUI event, no, place outside is true. Oh, if it is, no. What the hell? Okay, so in the loop, if point in rectangle is, if point in rectangle, which is the mouse X, mouse Y, item X, item Y, item X plus 64, item Y plus 64. If it is inside, we have this. Show debug message. Crap, what was it? Making a lot more progress on pop goes. Nice. So we're gonna do in inventory for this one, and when it's false, we need outside of inventory. Oh, jeez. Man, I need like drinking 101 classes. That's what I need. Not a freaking live stream goes by when I try to inhale my drinks. Okay, so in inventory. What? Okay, so it's probably not working because we have another check somewhere up here, don't we? Do we or do we not? I don't think we do. Jeez, man, come on. So we got a whole lot of in inventory. We got only one outside of inventory. This is not fun. Okay. Item X. There's item X right there. Okay, so how about this? If it's in the inventory, we're gonna do no outside placement. Else, we are gonna do outside placement. Hey, Hyas, how far off is Pop Goes from release? Are you gonna have a demo? Should get Markiplier to play your game, as if that's so easy to do. Okay, place outside false, place outside true. So if the mouse X, mouse Y is inside this rectangle, which has been working just fine up until this point. Mouse X, mouse X plus 64, mouse Y plus 64. Okay. So we'll do X. I'm craving some sushi. I want to get sushi, man. Let me just... Iced tea. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, let me run this. It's gonna be something stupid, isn't it? Something stupid is not making this work. Okay. In inventory. You know, I could get a visual representation of what the hell is actually going on here. I can take this. I can do draw rectangle. Just place these values and do true for the outline. Coxie! Long time no see your username. How's it going? Pretty good. The dev goes good. I'm currently participating in the game jam. So that's what this is. Okay, you see, this is where it should be running. Huh. Fascinating. Why does this only work? This should be on a loop right now. Okay. Let's take a look. What's happening before this point in time? Nothing. It's just this loop right here. It's not encompassed in any other loops. So what the hey? What if I do false for the outline? Let's see some stuff. Okay, that's a little bit easier to see. Unless... Oh, you know why? It's actually printing. It's just that it's printing super large numbers. That's why. So if I do plus time, take a look at... Yeah, this is why when you're doing things like printing things that are happening in the loop, add this. Add current time to the string. Because then, take a look at this. You see, in inventory. Yeah, no... Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, so basically, what's the prob you got? What's the what now? What's the project, as in? Is that what you're asking? Why is this? Okay. I think I need to convert this to a string. This is a game jam called the JamCraft. It's a game jam, the point of which is to create a crafting game. Okay, so take a look at that. You see how it's always printing stuff? It's always printing stuff. So you see how when I move my hand, my mouse, that that report in the down bottom left corner is changing values, or it's changing position. It's working. It's in a loop. And that's why the best thing to do here is actually to do the following thing. We're going to do this. Get rid of this. We're going to say that if we're not inside of one of the... Right, so, okay. Here's what we can do. If we are inside of one of the blocks, we're going to set place outside to false. And... any other time, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go up here above at the very beginning of the loop. And right at the beginning of the loop, we're going to put this variable into true. And unless we move our mouse inside of the inventory, it's always going to be true. So we're going to do if mouse is in inventory slot area. Okay, so now... what I want to do is I want to take this thing, move it outside of the loop, put it down here, and print. What I want to do is just print the string version of the variable that I just put up here, outside. Yeah, here we go. Yes, precisely. So the thing is, all of this is actually being drawn inside of a loop. Right? It's basically just one same loop drawing the same box over and over and over again for an X amount of times. And I offset it by an X amount of times. That's why loops are so great. So this is where, if my mouse is inside of the area, it should be returning outside of inventory. Right? Oh, it's not supposed to be returning outside of inventory. It's supposed to be 0 or 1. I wasn't paying attention. But I think it was returning 1 every single time. So, let me do a check. So, it's always going to be true outside of inventory. However, if it's found in any one of the slots, it should be set to false. As in, it's inside. Okay, let's see. Although that should have worked, so that's kind of weird. What have you been up to, Coxie? Okay, so outside of inventory, correct. Inside, nada. Oh, okay, it's working for like one of the inventory slots. Not all of them, just one. So I gotta be mindful of where I position this. Let's see. If point in rectangle. Yeah, this it's in the draw GUI, so it should be running just fine. Place outside. Actually, it did change for the one. Wait a minute. Maybe it's just printing so fast that I can't even comprehend the values. That's always an option. So let's do this plus empty plus string version of current time. So I can actually see the thing changing. Okay, not that. Certain beverage companies are not going to get free advertisements out of me. Okay. It does remain as 1. Unless I move it inside of the last block. Why does it only affect the last block, though? Oh, I have no idea. Actually, I think I know. I think I know exactly why. I need to not reset the variable every single loop. I need to reset the variable at the beginning before the loop takes place, and then the loop goes through drawing all of the buttons and checking for the mouse position, and if it does find it there, it's going to set it to true. Okay, 1, 0, 1, okay, and 0, okay. Fantastic. Hey Coxie, you want to see something cool about this game? I love doing that. Just anytime somebody new comes in, because there's always a tiny chance I might blow their minds. I'm waiting for that one moment where I show the game to somebody and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's like that one other game." Okay. So yes, the whole point is that only when the mouse is not touching any one of the inventory slots should this thing show the little block. All right. So we close the inventory, and now we can position it. Right. So that's the next stop. That's the positioning of all the items. Now I have a sneaking suspicion that my live streams might be a tad late right now. Can I go to the live dashboard? Live stream right now, because usually I get responses a lot quicker. Sometimes the comments only appear like 5 minutes later. Let's see. Stream options. Normal latency, low latency, ultra low latency. Best for real-time interaction. Does not support closed caption. 1440p and 4K. Should we try ultra low latency? Or is this okay? I can't even change it now, actually. I have to stop the stream before I do. I love any dev people do. It's great that we can make games apps at home now. Yeah, that is definitely a bonus. This is okay. Yeah, okay. This is just for like YouTube. Yeah, this is for just for YouTube. But I have to stop the stream in order to change it, so I'm like, later. We'll handle it later. Well, actually, that might be a bad idea, because there is a benefit to streaming to YouTube, and it's the fact that if for some reason the recording on the computer stops and this fails, the last thing that I have as a backup is my live stream. And there's a reason why I'm not playing any music with these, because I actually want to be able to download these videos should anything happen. Okay, so let's go back to the step event. And now we have, there we go, placing items from the inventory. So if the item in hand see, this is actually where I'm going to have to make some sort of a list for for alignable items. Comes about 15 to 220 seconds after I type it. Oh, that's 220 seconds. That's it's quite a bit. That's almost 2 minutes. You sure? That's actually 4 minutes. Almost 4 minutes there. Okay, so so now that we do this, this only handles the positioning. So we're gonna do handle position. Oh yeah, let me show Coxie what the game is about. Okay, so here, let me clear the space up. I gotta remember to actually enable random seed for the placement. Oh, well, screwed that up. Whoops. Okay. Let me see if I can make a syncopated rhythm this time around. Okay. So we're gonna do... Syncopation, the swing is a little bit too strong, but I think we can work with this. Let me try to do something fancy here. And this is where I stop development and spend the next 2 hours playing with this alone. Anyways, you think I got any chances of winning this damn game jam with this? And the best part, I'm recording the entire process. So even if I don't, you know, get any recognition from the Game Jam, I still have educational content which I can sell as educational content, as an information technology product. So, two birds with one stone. Yeah, I got a couple more sounds. There's a whole bunch of more sounds that I still need to make, or that I have, that I can put into the game. The thing is that I'm preoccupied with doing this the base crafting system. So the sound of it is pretty much settled at this point. It's the it's just the it's placing things and crafting things that is kind of the bulk of it. You know, playing the sounds has already been figured out, and I got about 6 more sounds, including some drums that I already have prepared that I can put into the game. I just need to put in this crafting system to actually craft these blocks, right? Maybe over the time I'll be able to improve the visual aesthetic of it and develop the game. But yeah, fun stuff. Okay, so this is the alignment. Now we need to do if mouse check button pressed and be left. So if the left mouse button is pressed while we have a thing in our hands, we need to do instance create. Okay, so get the basics of the game first, then you add the nice things. That's just the way devs goes. Yeah, pretty much, especially during the game jam. Okay. Okay. So I need oh yeah, I also need to make a guide for this. It's probably going to be an online hosted, like a wiki, or maybe even a self-hosted guide. Right. And once again, I can put ads on the guide page, so, you know, make some more income from that point. Nice. Okay. Mouse check button pressed. MB left. When we do this, we need to create a thing. But we need to do switch, and we need to do item in hand, and we're gonna do case SBR inventory SBT. SBR inventory crafting. Okay, so this is in case the thing we're holding in our hand is a crafting item. We're gonna do, what are we gonna do? OBJ to craft, or object to craft is gonna be OBJ, and I have to actually create this thing, eh? Let's do a new group, crafting workstations, and we'll do obj underscore crafting bench. I might as well just assign the sprite of the crafting bench to it. Inventory crafting. Here we go. Now I have to go to the player, obj player, and obj crafting bench. Fantastic. Good. So that's the end of the switch statement. I'm thinking maybe at some other point I'm gonna have to add some other stuff, but for the time being, this is what this is. And object to craft, obj crafting bench, apparently. Crafting bench. And we're gonna do instance create layer. Now the position we're gonna do this whole thing is basically gonna be fascinating. Okay, so this is actually okay. All right. So if it's not gonna be a craftable item, we're just gonna say that the X position is mouse X for the placement variables, And the Y position is mouse Y for the placement variables. Instance layer. We do layer X, layer Y, and we're gonna do what are we gonna do? Jeebus. Instances, and we're gonna do obj. Actually, object to craft. In fact, this should be object to place instead. Okay. Okay. That should be good. So let's see. Let's see if this actually works the way it's advertised. I really need to place the bench into my inventory. Ooh, hello. What's this? Deja vu is what this is. What the hell? I've dealt with this before. Obj.object to place. Ah, well, yeah, look at that. So, this should only work if and place outside. So yeah, so only when the place is outside, this whole thing should happen. As in, don't try to place things when the mouse is in the inventory, or don't try to create instances in the level when the mouse is the inventory. There we go. Now, boop. And yes, of course. So I do need to add plus 32 plus 32 to the instances, because they are center aligned in the game. Okay, and bam! Nice. Now I will need to not only do that, I also need to do instance create layer, new placeable dot depth equals placeable dot y times -1. Yeah, we're just gonna do a var on that one. It's just so that we can sort out the depth sorting. Get that out of the way right now. There we go. So before, above, below, above, below. More or less, yeah. I think this can work. Now, how many benches did I make? Oh yeah, that's right. We also need to make sure we can't place things. And that shouldn't apply to everything. Only if it's a grid-aligned item, which is, you know, things like furniture, fences, all that sort of stuff. Only those things should be right. So things like node orbs, they can overlap. You can position node orbs really close to one another. It's your freedom to arrange them in any way you want. However, things like you know, crafting benches and furnaces and whatnot, those things should be kind of dealt with in a different manner. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Dude, there's a yappy dog somewhere out there. I swear to God. It sounds like it's getting like into turf wars with the raccoons or something. Okay. So, yeah. You guys might not be able to hear that. This mic might be a very unidirectional, so you might not pick up on that, which is good. Okay. So. New placeable. We need, when we place something, we do need to do the check. So if item in hand is above 0, item in hand minus minus, and else if it is 0, item in hand equals -1, and item in hand amount will be set to 0 just for good measure. Who knows? Oh man. Alright. Beautiful. I also need to stop that from printing, because printing that every single step of the way is going to be a terrible thing. Search and replace, show debug, and I'll just do replace with 2 // show debug, and that should replace all. Yes, and that should handle oh, come on. Okay. I got 2 syntax errors, apparently. Where's my search and replace? Okay, here we go. Just making sure I didn't comment anything out. Oh, there's something right there. Oh, it's a break. Asset request break. Okay, that's fine. That should be good. Alright, what am I checking? Placement of items, that's right. 1. Ah, this should, well, okay, I mean, it did stop. Technically. It did stop. Let's go ahead and go to the draw event and also say and item in hand is not equals to -1, which is when there's nothing in the hands. So we don't draw the rectangle. However, wait. Item in hand amount above 0, item in hand amount minus minus. Ah, okay, so if I need to change that to if, because I need this line of code to also be sequentially ran. If you have one item in hand and it does a minus minus, which becomes 0, this will no longer fire, and I will no longer reset the item in hand type to -1. So I need this to fire right there alongside with it. So we'll do if is below or equals to 0, then we're gonna run that script. Okay. Clear item in hand. Okay. This should do it. So Cox, you really haven't had a lot of time to work on games? Not even a teeny tiny tuning experiment? Okay, here we go. Okay, fantastic. Next thing I need to do... I need to make sure that I can't place items on top of the other items. So for this, I need to do the following. Right, so we can do something like, oh man. There's a whole bunch of overlap code that I already have up there, but I'm gonna have to retrofit that into this system here that I'm working on now, because this system is implemented with the crafting mechanic. Right. All my dev has been done on my Note 9 as drawings and also writing things down. I gotta get one of those Microsoft Surface tablets. The ones that are compatible with a drawing, like even the small one, the teeny tiny one, the ones that are compatible with the drawing pens, with the styluses, because then I can draw on one machine and flip it up keyboard and program the game on one machine, all in one, on the go. That's like my dream. Just be able to, go anywhere. Although I don't have a reason to leave my house. All my work is pretty much done here. Besides, the one in-house tutoring, all the rest of the work is done from home. So I don't really have a lot of reasons to travel. However, if we do get our band projects off the ground, then there will be a reason to travel, and that kind of a machine would be such a godsend. They're really great. There is some super old Lenovo machine that is, like, you can buy it for about $80. You can still run Windows 7. I think some people even run Windows 10 on it. But it's like super old Lenovo machine, but it's been like a favorite of all the designers. And it's still a very cheap entry point to portable game development. Like, people have ran Maya on that laptop. I forget what it's called. Hold on, I did ask on Reddit, so I'm sure I can actually find it. Okay, so here's the dealio. We need to create a variable, place outside, place overlap equals false. Place overlap equals false. So here's the deal. Over here, when we draw the rectangle, if place overlap is true, then rectangle color C red. Else, rectangle color C white, I guess. ThinkPad from years ago and still using and love it. ThinkPads are built like tanks, man. Okay. Draw set color, this color, and then we're gonna, after we draw the rectangle, although I could always just do draw rectangle color, and after these things I just put in the four colors, and that's it. Okay, now I do still need to make that calculation though. So this is gonna be if place overlap, then yes. Now when we click the mouse button and not place overlap, then we can place this thing. However, check for overlap with existing objects. So here's the deal that's going on here. Oh, actually, object craftable. Okay, we need to create another parent, obj Furniture parent. And we're gonna say that obj crafting bench would be the furniture parent. So now I can check the collisions with the furniture parent, and then the crafting bench and whatnot are going to be brought into the same thing, into the equation. So we do have this guy up here, all of this code. Which I might have to actually overwrite. Well, yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, because I'm no longer creating an instance that's located at the mouse position to create it. I'm holding an inventory item, which is actually just a sprite. So we're gonna do. Can I ask you a question? No. Of course. Okay, so we're gonna do collision in rectangle. We don't really need a list. We need only one of those collisions to actually be right, to actually be true, in order for it to not allow us to place something in here. So we're gonna do x, y, x plus 64, y plus 64, and the object we're checking the collision with is obj. Oof. Okay, how about this? We need to create another parent object, believe it or not. We're going to do obj collidables. And we're going to put in... We have this guy. We have master content, which has to be a child of collidables. And we have furniture parent, which would have to be a child of collidables. Now, to be honest, I could technically just make the crafting bench a child of collidables right away, but who knows? Maybe I want to do something with furniture that I don't want to do with other instances. So we're gonna make sure that we can only collide with this. Precision true, sure, and true for not me, although, you know, whatever. And now, if... Oh, yeah. We're checking the collisions against the object instead of the mouse. That's what confused me, why I didn't have to put the mouse coordinates there for a second. And the function, or the variable, is place overlap. So if there is collision, place overlap is true. Else, place overlap is false. Oh boy. Okay. So now let's take a look at this. Let's see if it's gonna run. In the meantime. Okay. Here we go. Ooh. We're colliding with something over there. Apparently. Oh, I think we're colliding with the tree. God damn it. Either that or... What the hell are we colliding with? What in... What? I'm not colliding with anything here. We're colliding with that. So we'll place that, we'll place that. So now we can, yeah, okay. Now we can have multiple workbenches and whatnot that don't collide with anything. If you was gonna... Man, if you was gonna make a game that had a large play area, so you wanted to do a chunk loading system like Minecraft does, what would you use to hold and get your data? INI files or JSON files? I'd probably go with JSON files. They are a little bit... Yeah. Yeah, I've experienced working with JSON files from JavaScript when I do web development. So I would say JSON files. But maybe for ease of access or ease of use, maybe. I mean, here's the thing: I could handle it in a bunch of ways. I don't think that maybe doing reads and writes to the file often is a good idea. So I'm thinking maybe you can record your stuff into something like a DS grid or DS map, and then you convert the DS grid to DS map to a string, and then that string you can save into whatever you want. You can save it into an ini file or a text file or whatever, but only like per chunks, right? As in like the desert biome, the forest biome, the jungle biome, yada yada yada. So only those chunks would be saved into the DS grid, and that grid will be saved as a string into an ini file. So that I could understand. But if you're gonna go about maybe a raw format where you want to save every single item separately, then I would say probably work with JSON files. This is how I would go about it, right? Okay, so what I want to know is what the heck is all of this other stuff that I'm colliding with? Okay, I can kind of guess what it is. Here's the question, though. If I go to collidables and parent, and I get rid of the master content, but I do go to obj player and I say collidables or base collision, can I do that? Can I put an or? Because that's the thing, I don't want to be checking collisions for the actual sprite. Whoa, wait a minute. I thought I was placing it in a bunch of places. Okay, so that doesn't work. I can't do an or in that sense. Okay. I mean, it doesn't even do this. Okay. Thanks for advice. Yeah, I hope it's helpful. So yeah, I can't really do or in this particular case. I could, however, say yes, it's collidables, and then if I go to collidables, or I go to obj base collision, I can say that its parent is going to be the collidables. Reason being is because there's a lot of empty space in some of the sprites, and all that empty space still gets accounted for collisions. So yeah, you see all of this empty space. See, this works. That is okay, that works. But what is all this? Like, what's in here? What are we colliding with in here? Let's see. Let's go to obj player, step, and collision rectangle. And I think this should return something for me. Instance ID or none. So if we are colliding with something, we're gonna do resource or asset get type. Yeah, but that's by name. Object gets name by index, right? And that's what I'm gonna do. So ind equals, and then we're gonna shove that in there. I think that should, okay, let's see if that works. Oh, And I should probably do show debug message. We're gonna do collided with plus string version of this whole thing. Really? Oh, well, that's probably because I closed that. Here we go. And error. That's what I was looking for. Alright. We've got this. We can do this. Alright. Ooh, hello. What the hell? objplayer.ind is not set before reading it on line 191. So I guess you can't do that. Or does not equals to no one. Maybe we'll do that. Can we do that? Nope. Okay, fine. 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 We'll do var this. And as long as this is not no one, we'll go ahead and run the thing. Instance or no one is what this thing returns. Okay. Collided with undefined. Uh-huh. What the hell does it mean collided with undefined? It's colliding with something. Precision. Weather check based on precise collisions. Right. True and not me true. Oh, man. They are titles. Yes, they could be titles. Wait a minute. Instance, they return instance ID of the instance you just hit. Object get name. Index of the object. Oh, that's the index of the object to check. I need something else. Object instance get. Or can we just do asset get? No, we need a name. Ah, man. Can we do name? I know it's an object. There's an object get name. This function asset get index, huh? This function returns the name of the string specified object name, which has been identified by the object resource. Please note that this only a string cannot be used to reference objects directly. Asset get index, but this is where you need a name. So I think we gotta wrap this thing into a double whammy. Copy. Come on. Oh, for crying out loud. Asset get index. This line of code is like ogres, and ogres are like onions. Huh. Okay. It says collided with -1. What if I'm doing this in reverse? Hold on. Hold on. If it's not equals to no one, which means it found something, place overlap is true, else it's false. Am I gonna have to draw a bounding box for every single object? I don't want to do that. Object collidables. I just realized that you typed in, are they tiles, not are they titles? Ugh. And no, they're not tiles. They're all objects. Huh. Here we go. This was to answer the previous question about the laptops. Or touchscreen laptops. Yeah, it's this guy. ThinkPad X230 tablet. This thing looks ancient. Yes. From 2012. So, you know. But then again, if you're looking for a laptop that's quick and dirty and portable, yeah, well, no shit, they discontinued it. Give us the price tags. Amazon. Roughly speaking. Yeah, no. I saw the glimpse of that price out of the corner of my eye, and I know it's one of these dickheads who put up obsolete hardware as if it's freaking luxury, as or whatchamacallit. So stupid. Okay. So, crap. Why is it not? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it? It's colliding with something. But it could very well be colliding with stuff I do not want it to collide with. OBJ based collision. Now, can I actually go into the player just for ifs and giggles? Open inventory, note orb, well, I mean, retro tech is retro tech. I mean, that's understandable. Not everything is retro tech. That's the thing about it. Okay, so first of all, this is for placing slabs of stuff. This is for placing other things. Now we have the movement code, and that's it. So old placement code should now be disabled. Let's take a look. Now, is the same block? Huh. See, there's something in here. What is it? Do we have a... Hold on. Game maker, debugging mode. We should be able to have some sort of a debugging... some sort of debugging overlays that can show us where the instances are. Like outline the instances? Maybe. Okay. Let me take a look. So object collidables has the child of... We have crafting bench, furniture parent, and then we have base collision, and that's it. There's no more... There's no more objects that this thing can collide with. This is a parent of object collidables. And if we take a look at the sprite for this one, collision mask is precise. Yes. It should not be colliding with anything else. So this is actually kind of super weird. Collision rectangle. Okay. Well, I collided with -1. Object get name. How about this? Let's do that. This should return a unique. Whoops. This should return a unique ID, but I forgot a bracket on that end. Okay. So it's... Oh. Okay, do that. So 10, 25, 14. That's the instance it's colliding with. 10, 25, 14. I suppose I could search for that. 10, 25, 13. Find all. Nothing. If we go to the level, see, there's a heap of stuff that I'm generating in real time. Yeah, and instance numbers are not labeled in the same way. Oh man, this is annoying. I hate when these things pop up out of nowhere, just when things are going smooth. Grid line X, grid line Y, grid line X plus 64, grid line Y. Oh, it's grid line X plus blah, 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 blah. Grid line X, Y, X, X is what it was. Oh my god. Always something dumb. Bunch of bullshit. Okay. And that's not even the fun part. The fun part. Actually, hold on. Have I implemented a system of crafting only one? Right click? Yes, I have. Nice. Okay. But when you do, it doesn't actually fucking use up the resources. I gotta fix that. Hold on. So when you right click, draw GUI, right mouse button clicked. This is for adding to the slot with the same contents. I don't care about adding, I need picking up. Mouse button right mouse button clicked. For placing items when the slot is empty. No, that's not it. I need picking up. And the only other aspect is right here. The only other mention of it. So item in hand, -1, that's for placing. I need there's a putting into an empty slot. If holding one item, placing in the slot. This is only for the left mouse button. Adding to the slot with the same contents. If hands are empty. No, this is adding. Grabbing from the slot. This is left mouse button. Else implies the right mouse button. So this is what I actually need to do here. Check if 5 were clicked and this. This is what the problem is. So, okay, how about this? If it's above, only for grabbing, not for placing. I'm not going to disable it for placing. So, only for grabbing. If it's above 36, we're going to run the code for reducing the values for both of them. So, oh, for crying out loud. Well, that actually just picks up 2. Or it, oh, okay. This is going to take a lot more to figure it out. So let me just, right. Craft execute. Yeah, it's going to take a lot more to figure this out. If you right click when it is here we do the whole math thing. You know what? It might work. It might work. The only thing is, we still need to do the subtraction of the. Oh yes, that's right. There's a whole. It's craft execute. That's for the. We have craft 2 by 2. That's the crafting calculation, and then craft execute. That's this thing. So after we do either this. We're gonna do craft execute is true. Perform resource deduction, and or this, and we're gonna go ahead and do that. Except when we perform the resource deduction, I think that's actually going to. Yep. 363. 363. Ah, man. Yeah, so there's going to be a whole lot more that I actually need to do for this. In order for this to work, I'm going to need to not only make a record of the item that we just crafted. So at this point, when we do this, the whole math thing, we need to once again make a note, like we did over here, the last crafted item. That would be output count, last crafted item. So we would have to go over here at the point. Here we go. Nope, not there. Higher, over here. So we're gonna execute the craft execute script, and we need to also say, and by execute script I mean we need to set the variable to true so that further down the line the script gets executed. See, if we had functions now, this would have been easier, but alas, no bueno. As soon as functions come in, the scripts are going to be abandoned. Last crafted item is going to be this thing. Inventory grid 0. Actually, no, it's not. Yeah, we can't. No, we can't execute this script unless XX is equals to 40. This script basically divides, so only if XX is equals to 40, that's when we can execute this script. And now that we do that, we might as well do it outside. Oh, yeah, I don't think we can. So we're gonna copy this and paste it right in here. So only when this whole script gets applied to every single slot, every which way. Okay, here we go. 1. Ooh, okay. I think that works. But we can definitely make more than... Huh. There we go. So, okay, so that only makes half of them. Okay, so far you can make either half of the amount, which that did not work because math failed. Undefined value. DS grid add. Which value? Oh. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a break. I'll come back to this. We'll figure this out. But we're kind of making progress. We can at least right click and craft some items. Either that or, you know what? You know what? Screw this. If you want to craft one item, put one ingredient worth of stuff into the slots and we'll call it a day for the time being. That's all I have to say for that, to be honest. So you won't be able to right click in order to pick up. You have to do left click to pick up an item. Right? So only do this if XX does not equal to 40. This is going to be just the fine temporary solution as long as it doesn't throw an error. We're just going to do this. Nice stream. Thank you, Coxie. Appreciate the company. Alright. So only for the left mouse button, grabbing from a slot. Perfect. Okay. Can't right click. Perfect. Now what if we do that? Okay, can't place. Good. Right click, left click. Okay, and we have our maths for... What the hell? Well, that's not right. Although, yes, it is. But didn't it disappear at the moment, like a second ago? I think the math for this is... Okay. Okay, right. Can't right click. Left click. I can pick it up. But it didn't delete the thing. For God's sakes. Okay, anyways, I do need that break. I'll come back. We'll figure this out in the next video. Okay? Alright, not bad. An hour and 20 minutes. See you in the next one.